Welcome to a beautiful night from Fenway Park. It's the middle game of the three-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, last year, the Red Sox found out how a few injuries can change the complexion of your roster in a hurry. The Red Sox, of course, last year didn't make the postseason with all their injuries. Well, now they're starting to mount a few injuries of their own here in 2011. Last night, another injury for the Red Sox on a ground ball down the third base line off the bat of speedster Carl Crawford. He comes up lame at the bag at first base. The Red Sox were hopeful that he would not have to be placed on the DL, but as he came out of the game, it appeared clear he was in a lot of pain. Terry Francona explains the situation and the pending move that took place today.
I think the medical people thought at best, he's going to be 10, 14 days. That's kind of a no-brainer. So I called him this morning and talked to him. He gets it. So we called up Josh Reddick, and we'll probably fill in with, Mac, Cam, Josh, maybe a little Sutton, just kind of piece it together a little bit.
We welcome in Jerry Remy. And Jerry, last night a lot of offense for the Red Sox, but lost in it all with some pretty good defensive play as well.
Well, Don, we've talked a lot about the Red Sox offense, the great pitching that they've had, but the defense has been spectacular. The number 2 in the league in defense at this point of the season, and last night was a very good example of how they've been playing all season long. First of all, Dustin Pedroia, one of the best double plays I've seen in a long time, and it really got the Red Sox out of a major jam early in the ballgame. Dustin again later on in the ballgame, making a backhanded play to throw to first base to pick up an out in that game. And, of course, Jacoby Ellsbury in center field turning this blue fly ball, because of his speed, into a double play at first base. The Red Sox have been doing these kind of things all season long. So, we talk an awful lot about the offense. We talk about the pitching, but we can't overlook the defense this team has played so far this year.
Well, one thing we'll be watching tonight is Adrian Gonzalez once again had a big night here last night at Fenway Park, a 3-hit night, including a home run. He's looking to notch a milestone as well. He's sitting on 999 hits, looking for number 1,000 tonight. We'll see. It's game 2 of the series. We're back with more from Fenway Park right after this. Back at Fenway Park for game 2 of the 3-game series between the Brewers and the Red Sox. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo. Tonight, the Red Sox talented left-hander John Lester is on the mound. He comes in with 9 wins already on the season and tries to get his 10th tonight. It's been very impressive. 9 wins and 14 starts for John, and he's trying to notch that 10th win of the season tonight against these tough Milwaukee Brewers. With a win tonight, Lester would be the first pitcher in the majors with 10 wins, but also be the quickest in a season he has reached the mark. Last season, he picked up the win number 10 in his 17th start. 2 seasons prior, he collected win number 10 in August. 23 and 25 starts of that season. Last season, Clay Buchholz was the first Red Sox starter to reach double digits in wins. He reached the mark on June 20th in his 16th start. Tonight, the Red Sox will deal with Randy Wolf, a left-hander. He is 4-4 with a 3.20 earned run average as he comes in and tries to get the Brewers back on track. And again, the Red Sox have to deal with a left-handed starter. That was a problem early this season for the Red Sox. They really struggled against lefties, but lately they've been extremely good figuring it out, and that includes a win against David Price in this last trip. First month of the season gave fans reason for concern. The Red Sox were just 4-7 against left-handed pitching, but since the start of May, it's been a different story. Boston has won their last 11 games against left-handed starters, and in those 11 games, their average is nearly 50 points better against, and they have scored 14 more runs. During the stretch, the Red Sox have defeated David Price, CC Sabathia twice, and have done extremely well against lefties, and they hope to do that once again here tonight. It's the Red Sox and Brewers, and it's Game 2 of the series coming your way next from Fenway Park.
Feels like summer. Red Sox and Brewers playing Game 2 of this series. Red Sox taking the first game of this series here last night, and the Red Sox own the best record in the American League this year, 42-27, as they continue interleague play. And Jerry Narron out there to bring the Milwaukee Brewers lineup out. DeMarlo Hale for the Red Sox. The two bench coaches bringing out the lineups here at Fenway as the Red Sox get ready for their second game of the homestand. And one game left here tomorrow is Dustin Pedroia and the Red Sox about to take the field, and John Lester is on the mound tonight for Boston. And last night, Jerry, John Lackey, kind of a tough start to begin, but he certainly settled down and pitched very well.
He sure did. He got a big play from Dustin Pedroia. The Red Sox turned over a big double play, and then after that, Lackey really settled down and pitched a nice game for Boston, mixing in his curveball, his cut fastball. Really pitched well, and the Red Sox came across with the win in Game 1 of this series.
Well, as the Red Sox take the field, let's check out the visiting Milwaukee Brewers starting nine. Ricky Weeks is the DH after playing second base last night. Corey Hart is in right field batting second. Ryan Braun in left field. Prince Fielder is at first base in the cleanup spot with some incredible numbers. Casey McGee at third base. Yuniesky Betancourt, the former Seattle Mariner and Kansas City Royals, at shortstop. Josh Wilson at second base bats seventh, with Carlos Gomez, the in center field, batting eighth. And former Red Sox catcher George Kottaras does the catching, and he bats ninth. As I told you off the top, John Lester, in search of win number 10 of the year, comes in at 9-2, makes his 15th start at 3.73 earned run average, has 87 Ks and 89 in the third innings, and opponents hitting at 242 against Lester. Last time out, was able to beat the Toronto Blue Jays in impressive fashion. 8 innings, just 2 hits and 1 run, striking out 8 along the way. his first career appearance tonight against the Milwaukee Brewers.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture, second in the American League with 32 errors on the season. Kevin Youkilis at third base, Marco Scudero, the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second, and Adrian Gonzalez, the first baseman, left to right. Donnell McDonald, Jacoby Ellsbury, Mike Cameron, and doing the catching, Jared Saltalamacchia.
Umpiring crew tonight, Phil Cuzzy has the play calling the balls and strikes. Bill Miller at first base, James Hoy at second base, and the crew chief who had the plate last night is at third tonight, Tom Hallion. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
It does feel like summer here tonight at Fenway Park. It's 77 degrees. The breeze out to center field at 6 miles per hour. Showers are in the forecast, but hopefully much later tonight. Ricky Weeks makes his way to the plate. A .289 average, 13 homers and 31 runs batted in. Lester ready to work with the first pitch of the ball game. And it misses for ball one. We're underway. First time Lester has ever faced the Milwaukee Brewers. Little pop up sent down the first baseline. Adrian Gonzalez and Saltalamacchia, and Adrian can't catch it. Clanks off the glove.
Well, that is very unusual because usually anything in the area of Adrian Gonzalez he gets to, whether it be a pop-up or a ground ball. Takes a peek toward the dugout, takes a peek toward Saltalamacchia, reaches out. I wasn't too sure that he didn't think that Saltalamacchia was going to come in and crash into him and make that play.
So Ricky Weeks with another chance. Here's a 1-1. And it's in the air to deep left field. McDonald and Ellsbury going back, looking up, and it's gone into the monster seats. So how about that? Adrian Gonzalez drops the ball in foul ground. Weeks gets another chance, and he takes it out of the yard.
Home run number 14 on the season for Ricky Weeks. The DH tonight. Last night he was at second base. Tonight doing the DHing. Gets the fastball from John Lester right over the heart of the plate and takes it into the monster seats for the home run.
Corey Hart with a swing and a drive out towards deep right center field. Ellsbury to the triangle at the wall. That's gone. How about this start for the Brew Crew? They come in and go back-to-back off John Lester to start the night.
Well, the Brewers have that kind of ability. They're number 2 in the National League in home runs, only behind Arizona. And Corey Hart picks up his 7th of the season. Once again, the fastball, and this time to the opposite field for Corey Hart. So back-to-back fastballs taken out of Fenway Park by the Milwaukee Brewers.
4th time this season the Brewers have gone back-to-back. Ryan Braun with a line shot down to the left field corner. Braun's headed for second base. McDonald digs it out. Lester's got to feel a little shell-shocked right now. Everything he's tossing up there is getting hammered.
Well, that time he tried something different. He tried the cut fastball, but it didn't have that normal bite down and in. And very aggressive swinging here by the Brewers as Braun takes it down the left field corner for the double.
11-game hitting streak now for the Brewers left fielder. It doesn't get any easier. Prince Fielder is coming up. 300 average to start the night for Fielder. 19 home runs and 60 runs batted in. There's ball one. Keep in mind, Milwaukee had a 2-0 lead in the first inning last night, too. Red Sox coming back with lots of offense in the game and able to secure the victory. Ron Renicky, the manager of the Brewers, along with Jerry Narron, his bench coach. Milwaukee coming in the National League Central with a 1-game lead over the St. Louis Cardinals. They're on top in the NL Central. Pitch outside, 2-0.
That's back-to-back cutters against Prince fielded by John Lester, both missing away.
Look at the Central standings to start the day. Milwaukee with 39 wins. Cardinals in second place. Red Sox will spend some time in the NL Central as part of interleague play this year. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. Outfield set up straight away on Fielder. Ellsbury now a step or two towards right center. And a broken bat. Fly ball to left center field. Darnell McDonald calls off Ellsbury and makes the catch. So one down here in the first inning. Braun remains at second base. And it brings up Casey McGee.
Got to keep your eye on Braun at second base. He's got 16 steals on the season.
So one out, Braun at second base. And here is McGee. That's in there for strike one. And McGee tonight playing in his 70th game of the year of a possible 70. And in there again at third base for the Brewers. The 0-1 is in the dirt. Saltalamacchia couldn't find it right away, but he does. And Braun does not advance.
First curveball featured in the night by John Lester, bouncing and Saltalamacchia blocking it. Went between his legs, had a little trouble finding it, checks that runner, but the runner was not going.
Well, Casey McGee, who has 30 RBIs this year, had 102 last year as a third baseman for the Brewers. Set a franchise record in that position for Milwaukee. The 1-1 is lined to third. Youkilis makes the catch and turns it into a double play. Well, the Brewers go back-to-back with home runs in the first and lead it 2-0. Starting lineup is brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Jacoby Ellsbury in center field, leading it off with Dustin Pedroia at second base. Adrian Gonzalez at first base. Kevin Youkilis at third. David Ortiz is a DH with Darnell McDonald batting sixth and left. Marco Scudero, shortstop, bats seventh. Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching, batting eighth. And Mike Cameron in right field, bats ninth. Randy Wolf is on the mound for the Brewers. His 15th start, 4-4 with a 3.20 earned run average coming in. 245 opponent batting average, and had a no decision against the Cubs. 7 innings, giving up no runs, had 7 strikeouts in that outing. Jacoby Ellsbury shows bunt, takes strike one. Ellsbury hitting at .312, 8 homers and 34 runs batted in. Randy Wolf is 2-1 with a 2.73 earned run average against Boston in his career, 5 starts, the bulk of which coming with the Philadelphia Phillies. Last started against the Red Sox here at Fenway in 2004, back on June 26th. Got a no decision. Last year finished up the year 13-12 and 34 starts with Milwaukee. Ellsbury fouls it off and evens a count at 2-2. Lined into center field, a base hit. Yuniesky Betancourt diving to his left, and Ellsbury is aboard to begin things in the bottom of the first inning.
Jacoby Ellsbury gets the fastball outside part of the plate and takes it to the other way past the shortstop, Yuniesky Betancourt. So the Red Sox have their leadoff man on in the bottom of the first.
Here comes Dustin Pedroia at .262, 5 home runs and 30 runs batted in. 1 for 4 in the ballgame last night, game 1 of the series. As he takes strike one from Randy Wolf. Prince Fielder holding on. Jacoby Ellsbury at first, and they check on him. Pedroia with a swing and a miss. He's down 0-2, and a piece of it foul tipping it.
Looks like the slider here from Wolf inside to Dustin Pedroia. And Petey down quickly, no balls and 2 strikes.
In tight this time, 1-2. Well, Randy Wolf beginning his career in the major leagues with the Philadelphia Phillies back in 1999. Was with the Phillies through the 2006 campaign, then to the Dodgers, the Padres, the Astros, the Dodgers again, and last year in Milwaukee. He's been well traveled since leaving Philadelphia.
A very popular pitcher with the Philadelphia Phillies.
Was a 16-game winner there back in 2003, and his career total is 118 wins. We'll check on Ellsbury, who had a very short lead, back to the bag again. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Pedroia. First out of the bottom of the first inning.
Something off speed. Might have been a changeup that time. Up in the zone, up above the letters. And Pedroia with no contact.
So 1 out, 1 on, and here is Adrian Gonzalez. Part of our key matchup brought to you by New England Honda dealers. 6 for 17 against Randy Wolf. Adrian fouls it off to the left, out of play. 999 hits for Adrian Gonzalez. Leads the majors with that batting average at .352. Leads the majors in RBIs, total bases, extra base hits, and doubles. Incidentally, he was charged with an error on that play in foul ground that he could not make in the top of the first inning. That gave Ricky Weeks another chance, and Weeks homered. It'd be the first of back-to-back home runs for the Milwaukee Brewers right out of the gate.
That's the first error of the season for Adrian Gonzalez.
Takes it inside, 2-1. Here's the miscue. I think you're right, Jerry. I think he was thinking that Saltalamacchia was going to make contact with him because he kind of looked at his direction.
Twice.
Yeah. Ellsbury back to the bag. One hopper picked by Betancourt to second for one, on to first for two, picked by Fielder. And Gonzalez grounds into the double play on a hot shot. Nice play by Betancourt. 2-0 Brewers. Looked like an enormous crowd out there.
Sure did.
And it turned out to be a beautiful day for the parade here in Boston. There was a chance for some rain, but it didn't happen, as the Red Sox playing tonight right now with the beautiful conditions at Fenway Park to start this game. As the Brewers come to bat in the second inning, back-to-back home runs for Milwaukee in the first. Ricky Weeks and Corey Hart going deep. Yuniesky Betancourt, who started the double play on a hot shot from Adrian Gonzalez. It ended the bottom of the first inning, leading it off here in the second inning. And hits it in the air to left center. Jacoby Ellsbury moves over and makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Well, a double play for the Milwaukee Brewers to get out of trouble. You see Yuniesky Betancourt, a great play there. And the turn at second base. Over to Prince Fielder to get the double play and get him out of the inning. Josh Wilson, the second baseman, turning it over. And ball was hit very hard by Gonzalez, but a nice play by Yuniesky Betancourt.
One out for Josh Wilson. First appearance of the series, as he takes strike one. Wilson a .261 average. It's the 12th game that he has appeared in. Again, the year at AAA Reno. He's claimed off waivers from Arizona as this one is tapped foul, and it's 0-2. Started the season by going to spring training with the Seattle Mariners, but was released at the end of spring, March 30th. Signed with Arizona, then was taken off waivers by the Milwaukee Brewers. No 2-pitch misses. He had participated in 6 games with Arizona before being claimed off waivers. 1-2 pitch is grounded foul towards the end of the Brewers dugout. On deck is Carlos Gomez. Came into the game late last night and back in the starting lineup today. Wilson strikes out. First K of the night for John Lester.
Now Wilson didn't like it. He thought that pitch might have been too low, but John Lester gets the strike call just at knee high, right over the plate. 5th pitch of the at bat.
How about that? Bruin style strikeouts. 2 down here in the second inning. Carlos Gomez, the batter. And Gomez with a swing and a miss.
Gomez a very, very anxious hitter. Does not walk very much. Strikes out a lot. He's up there to swing the bat.
Saw him in a couple seasons with the Minnesota Twins, 2008, 2009, before going to Milwaukee. As part of the J.J. Hardy deal. Shortstop for Minnesota. Pitches a swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
Cut fastball from Lester to quickly get ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Cutting down and in is around the knees.
He's been involved in a couple of different deals. He got to Minnesota in the deal for Yohan Santana. After coming up in the New York Mets system, played with the Mets in 58 games in 2007. Part of the Santana deal, then was traded for J.J. Hardy and ends up in Milwaukee. At just .247 last year. This one bounces in. Looks like it caught Saltalamacchia maybe in the shoulder. And kicks off him. 2-2.
Now John Lester overthrowing the curveball right here. Bounces it well in front of the plate. And right off that right shoulder of Jared Saltalamacchia.
Swing and a miss. Lester finds his bearings in the second inning. Strikes out 2. It's 2-0 Milwaukee. at home or in his office. Bricks are available in limited quantities, so visit redsox.com/bricks to get your brick today. Here's some examples of some of the bricks. Somerset, Mass, a place Jerry knows quite well.
All right, Somerset, the Blue Raiders.
2-0, Brewers on top as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Kevin Youkilis had to leave the game last night. A little intestinal turmoil, but he's okay. This one is sent foul.
I think Terry Francona was surprised that Youkilis back in the lineup tonight. He said he was pretty sick last night and rebounded in a hurry. Probably not at 100%, but good enough to play.
Randy Wolf had a double play, good defensive play behind him from Betancourt. Certainly helped him out in the first inning. It's a strike over to Youkilis. Had a strikeout in the first inning also, but big double play grounded into by Gonzalez and started by Betancourt. That is up and away, 2-2. The K-men do a lot more than K's these days. They got the Agon sign, they got the Uke thing going. High drive, deep left field for Youkilis. It is up and off the top of the wall. The ricochet played by Braun, but into second base goes Youkilis with a double. That almost got out of here.
Yeah, that ball left the bat. I thought it had enough to get out of Fenway Park, but right at the top of that left field wall. Looked like a cut fastball down from Wolf, and Youkilis lifts it high and just missed the home run. He slips over that second base bag, and he's already got a bad angle.
Safe at second, safe and secure, New York Life. So Youkilis at second base, nobody out, and Big Papi standing in. David takes ball one away. Some fantastic numbers for David Ortiz as he comes in hitting at .320 on the year. 17 homers, 45 runs batted in. Swing and a miss. Fouled off. Another off-speed pitch. It's on the breaking ball from Wolf.
Yeah, that was a hanging slow curveball right there from Wolf. Look at the location of that pitch, and it was so slow I think it fooled Ortiz.
They get a sign for Big Papi too. We've seen Agon up there too from time to time. Ortiz takes ball two, up and away, 2-2. Youkilis at second base. Ortiz waiting on a 2-2. Fouls it off to the left, out of play. A couple of guys who have recently been placed on the DL. Jed Lowry in the foreground, and then you get Carl Crawford. Rich Hill is in the mix there too. And you hope that the guy that they're talking with, Clay Buchholz, does not end up on the DL. He's been pushed back a couple days for his next start, but these injuries are starting to mount for the Red Sox. Not quite to the extent of 2010, but they're starting to pick up here, and you can see how the complexion of your roster changes almost immediately.
That's a lonely club right there, right now.
Outside, ball 4. David will take the walk. First walk given up by Wolf, and here's a look at the injuries lately for the Red Sox and the guys on the DL. Dice-K lost for the year. Bobby Jenks placed on the DL. He's slowly making his way back. Jed Lowry with the shoulder. And, of course, re-aggravating it on his swing at Tropicana Field in Tampa Bay. And then last night, the hamstring injury for Carl Crawford that gets him on the DL. So he'll be out at least 15 days, probably more. And a chance for Darnell McDonald as a result to get more playing time. He returns to the Red Sox just in time after he spent some time on the DL and rehabbed with the Paw Sox as he takes a pitch outside. .1-0 is fouled off to the right, out of play, and it's 1-1.
Now you might see a platoon out there with Darnell McDonald against left-handers and Josh Reddick against right-handers in the place of Kyle Crawford.
Lines it to third. McGee took a look around and didn't have time to get anybody else.
Well, a rocket off the bat of McDonald here on a changeup, but McGee right there to make the play. He'll take a peek towards second base, see if there's time for a double play. No time. Ball was hit so hard he couldn't get off second base that far.
So 1 out, 2 on, and Marco Scutaro coming up. Marco at 273 with a home run and 10 runs batted in. And Scutaro now, as a result of Jed Lowry being placed on the DL, chance to play on an everyday basis again as he takes ball 1. Well, that shoulder was really bothering him, and then on that swing in Tampa Bay on the last road trip for the Red Sox, he was really wincing, came out of the game and placed on the DL the very next day. It's outside, 2-0. So now Scutaro had been playing more anyway with Lowry banged up a little bit. He has now started 8 of the club's last 11 games. 7 at shortstop and 1 at second base. Of course, Marco spent time on the DL also, coming off on June the 7th. That's a strike, and it's 1-2. Youkilis at second base, Ortiz at first, 1 down. Strike 3, same spot as he gets that outside corner.
3 pitches in almost the exact same spot. All 3 being called strikes. And according to the Amica pit zone, all 3 just away.
None of them. But at least Phil Cuzzi was consistent.
He was very consistent. Every umpire has their own strike zone.
2 down, 2 on, and here's Jared Saltalamacchia. Guitarist out to talk to Randy Wolf. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Commitment, compassion, and love of the game. Find out what we're made of at easternbank.com. 2 down in the second inning. Runners at first and second. Jared Saltalamacchia, the batter. And he hits one on the ground into center field, a base hit. Youkilis being waved around. He will score, and the Red Sox are on the board.
Two-out base hit for Saltalamacchia. He gets the fastball from Wolf and takes it up the middle for the base hit. Saltalamacchia drives in his 20th run of the season.
Saltalamacchia has enjoyed interleague play so far this year. He's 4 for 8 and 2 home runs and 3 runs batted in. It's kind of coincided with his bat heating up as the season has gone on, and he drives in his 20th run of the year. Here is ball 1 to Mike Cameron. Bounce out of the number 9 spot. 150 average for Mike. 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Two and 0. '21st start of the year for Mike Cameron of a possible 70 games, and trying to get used to this role player type thing. He's been an everyday player his entire career, and lines one into right field for a base hit. David Ortiz being waved around. He will score, and the game is tied 2-2. So first Saltalamacchia and now Cameron. A couple of 2-out RBIs. The Red Sox have tied the game 2-2.
Oh, Prince Fielder was way off that first base line, and Mike Cameron takes the line shot to first base, and there's nobody even close to making a play on it. Look where Prince Fielder's playing. So with 2 outs, Saltalamacchia and Cameron drive in runs. If he's in a normal position, he makes that play on a line drive.
So 2 down, first and third, a very unusual defensive placement there. You wonder if they're trying to work him in, perhaps, so they move him that far over, but you don't usually see a guy that far over from first base. And certainly Wolf didn't get in enough. This is chopped right side. Wilson grabs it and throws out Ellsbury to end the inning. But 2 runs for the Red Sox. It's a 2-2 game now. Friends for this NASCAR Sprint Cup Series event. Visit NESN.com/pitpass for details. Well, we head into the 3rd inning back at Fenway Park. Interleague play. Red Sox and Brewers. Game tied 2-2. Bachelorette, and you're on TV.
It's going to be quite a party. What a day. You know, the parade, the game tonight, and I imagine there's an after party.
There is George Kataris, former Red Sox catcher, leading it off here for the Milwaukee Brewers. Enjoying his time in Milwaukee so far. 286 average. Home run, 6 runs batted in. And a swing and a miss. Fooled on that pitch. Breaking ball from John Lester.
Big curveball here from Lester to quickly get ahead of Kataris. 0-2. Outside, and it's 1-2.
Member of the Red Sox in 08 and 09. 48 games, a .235 average. Came over from the Padres in the David Wells deal. Outside, 2-2. Torres has already been up and down twice to the minor leagues this year. Hits a rocket to right. Cameron going back. It's going to be over his head and gone. Home run for George Kataris, his second of the year. And just like that, Milwaukee back on top now, 3-2.
All 3 home runs so far have come on the fastball from John Lester. Quickly got ahead of Kataris, then he goes with a fastball middle in, and Lester knew it right away.
So 3 home runs, that equals a season high allowed by Lester. Did that in his first outing against the Texas Rangers, matches a career high. 4th time this season he's given up multiple home runs in a game. Solo shot for Weeks. Corey Hart with a solo shot. They went back to back in the first, and now George Kataris here in the third. There is Ricky Weeks again. Grounding to third this time, picked up on the half hop by Youkilis. And there's one away. So one down in the third inning, and Corey Hart coming up. Hart's home run, his 7th of the year. Back in the first inning, his 20th RBI. Spent time on the DL at the end of April with a left oblique strain. As he takes strike one. In the dirt, 1-1 now to Corey Hart. Red Sox trailed 2-0, tied it up 2-2, but Milwaukee back on top again, using the long ball. 3 solo home runs. As this one gets away, 2-1. Hart with a swing and a miss, 2-2.
Change up that time from John Lester after the cut fastball down and in. Lester goes to a change up away.
Down the third baseline foul. We'll do it again, 2-2. Ryan Braun waiting on deck with 1 out in the inning. Another foul for Hart. Now, John Lester has now given up 14 home runs on the season. That equals the total that he gave up all of last year. That was in 208 innings last year. So far, 91 2/3 innings this year. 2-2 is just outside. Saltalamacchia tried to frame it, and Lester, a little frustrated, kicked some dirt.
Yeah, he thought he had the outside corner on the cut fastball. It starts away. He tries to pick up the outside corner, but just missed it. Those were strikes on Marco Scutaro.
3-2 is popped up foul, back and out of play. Lengthy at bat for Corey Hart. Brewers dropping the first game of the series, have a lead here in game 2. 40th pitch of the night coming up for John Lester. And he strikes out hard after a long at bat. Third K for John Lester.
They mixed in a few change-ups in that at bat, and he puts them away with a cut fastball down and in. Lester now starting to get the ball down. A lot of pitches early in this game have been up in the zone from Lester, with that cut fastball down.
So 2 down here in the 3rd inning. Ryan Braun. He doubled in the 1st inning, a hot shot down to the left field corner. Braun looking to be selected to his 4th consecutive All-Star game this year. He was the National League Player of the Month in April. Got off to a very good start. Inside, and it's 3-0. Prince Fielder waiting on deck as the Brewers bat here in the top half of the 3rd inning. There's a strike, and it's 3-1. Lester that time operating at 95 miles an hour with the fastball. Ball 4, and Lester serves up his first walk of his outing. The Boston and San Francisco fans have joined forces to cast votes for both teams' players listed on the 2011 All-Star Game ballot. Help send your favorite Red Sox and Giants to this year's All-Star Game by voting up to 25 times at redsox.com/vote. Vote early and often at redsox.com/vote. So 2 down, Ryan Braun at first base, and here's Prince Fielder. Flied out to the left fielder Darnell McDonald in the 1st inning. Prince Fielder, who hit 50 home runs back in 2007. Had 34, then 46, and last year 32. So far this season 19. Thought about it, able to hold up, and it's 2-0. Outside, ball 3. So Lester's run into a little bit of control issues here in the 3rd inning after he got 2 outs. He walks Braun, and behind Fielder 3-0.
Yeah, very careful with Prince Fielder. A 2-0 curveball that time that misses.
There's ball 4, back-to-back walks here in the 3rd inning. Saltalamacchia out to talk to Lester. They'll deal with Casey McGee next. Nice to see Dr. Charles Steinberg in the house. He is the senior advisor for public affairs for the Commissioner Bud Selig. We had the chance to visit with him in spring training. I had the chance to see him last night on the way out. Charles doing great, enjoying his stay in Milwaukee now.
Always with a smile on his face.
Man behind a lot of great events that were spent here at Fenway Park, especially in the championship years. You think of all the celebrations on the field here at Fenway Park. So elegantly orchestrated by Charles Steinberg in so many different events that he did here over the years. The Red Sox parades and everything else. And his talents now, along with Bud Selig and Major League Baseball. We wish him the best. Great to see him. Pitch is outside, and it's 2-0.
How about you dropping an elegant?
Yeah, that's some big words I threw in there. I'm not sure they all fit or are correct in the sentence.
Wow, unbelievable.
I went to Northeastern, Jerry.
I know that. I'm well aware of that.
It's up high, and it's 3-0. So back-to-back walks to Brown and Fielder. Now here's Lester again, down 3-0. There's a strike, and McGee gets the bad news late from Phil Cuzzy.
I'd imagine it's about the same place as the ones on Marco Scutero.
Yep.
Exact same spot.
Only 2 strikes in the last 14 pitches for John Lester. As he bluffs off the backside, no throw. Two on, 2 down. A run already in that has Milwaukee on top now, 3-2. McGee takes another strike and another step towards first.
I think that one was certainly closer to being a strike than the one before. That one is a strike.
After those 2 steps, I would imagine Casey McGee better be ready to swing here.
Well, you got 2 strikes, you better be anyway.
3-2 pitch coming from John Lester. He hits it on the ground and threw into left field, a base hit. Ryan Braun's coming around, and Milwaukee takes a 4-2 lead. So the walks really hurting John Lester in this inning, as Ryan Braun comes in to score the 4th Milwaukee run. Kurt Young out to talk.
Yeah, 2 quick outs and then 2 walks, and then the cut fastball again stays up in the zone for John Lester. And McGee with the base hit to left field with the runners off on contact. No problem scoring from second base. For Braun.
So 2 on, 2 down, and Yuniesky Betancourt coming up. Betancourt flied out to center field in the second inning, 0 for 1. Made a nice defensive play, started a double play on a hot shot from Adrian Gonzalez. And a swing and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt for strike 1.
Betancourt came into the game with a .400 batting average against Lester with 1 home run. Got him to fly out in the second inning.
Pops it up into shallow center. Ellsbury coming in. And Jacoby will make the catch that ends the inning, but Milwaukee comes up with 2 runs in the inning. Brewers on top, 4-2. Will be celebrating here tomorrow at Fenway Park. As the Red Sox announcing Thursday, the club will pay special tribute to the Stanley Cup champion Bruins before tomorrow's game here at Fenway Park in the finale. His 3-game series against Milwaukee. Dustin Pedroia leading it off as he takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Pedroia struck out swinging in the first inning, one of 2 Ks for the Brewers left-hander. Red Sox getting to Wolf for 2 runs in the second inning. RBIs for Saltalamacchia and Cameron, the 8-9 men. As Pedroia's out ahead of that, fouling it off, 1-2.
It's one of those extra special slow curveballs from Wolf again. Threw one to Ortiz earlier in the game, and again now this one here to Dustin Pedroia, fouling it off.
Adrian Gonzalez waiting on deck. 1-2 is upstairs, 2-2. Foul down the right field line. Hangs at 2-2. On the ground, foul outside of third base, still 2-2. Josh Reddick recalled from Pawtucket with Carl Crawford going on the DL. Drew Sutton alongside. Terry Francona saying that Sutton will see some time in the outfield also. The position in the outfield he's most accustomed to is left field. This is to short. Yuniesky Betancourt throws out Pedroia. 1 down.
Well, for Wolf, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Not overpowering. Fastball 89 to 90. That slow curveball. Slider and a changeup.
So 1 out here in the third inning for Adrian Gonzalez. Hit the ball very hard. One hopped into the glove of Yuniesky Betancourt at shortstop, who started the 6-4-3 double play, which ended the first inning. Chop to third this time. McGee's got it. And Gonzalez is 0 for 2. 2 down. Here comes Kevin Youkilis. He doubled in the second inning, came around to score the Red Sox first run. Strike one over the outside corner. This is hit sharply by the dive of Wilson, the second baseman. They were stacked up in a shift on the other side of the infield, something Milwaukee will do from time to time. This time they did it on Youkilis, and it didn't matter. He got it through anyway.
Yeah, they did in his first at bat. They do it again here, but Youkilis gets it by Josh Wilson. You can see Josh Wilson behind second base. Goes into the dive, can't come up with it, and Youkilis now 2 for 2 on the day. We see a lot of shifts against left-handers, but we don't see many against right-handers.
So 2 down, Youkilis at first base, and a chance for David Ortiz. David walked and scored in his first at bat in the second inning. Outfield about straight away, but the shift on in the infield. Ortiz sends it foul. Inside, and it's 2-1. Fastball from Randy Wolf registers around 89 miles an hour. Ortiz in a check swing and makes contact, and it's 2-2. John Lester gave up 2 runs in the first, 2 in the third. And a 1-2-3 second inning. Red Sox trailing by 2. Tying run at the plate. And Ortiz lines it into right field. Right up over the glove of Josh Wilson, diving in the air in short right. And David Ortiz with his first hit. Second time he's been on, and the Red Sox have something going with 2 down.
Now the shift almost paid off. You see the second baseman Josh Wilson on the outfield grass. He jumps but can't quite get to it. And Ortiz picks himself up the base hit. So with 2 outs, the Red Sox have men at first and second.
So second time in the last 2 batters that Josh Wilson has been in a shift and almost came close to the ball. First on Youkilis on the left side, and then Ortiz on the right side. Can't get either one, and 2 on with 2 down. So here is Darnell McDonald lined out to third base, and Casey McGee in the second inning. Two and 0. Pedroia to ground out, Gonzalez to ground out, but back-to-back base hits for Youkilis and Ortiz. Now McDonald ahead in the count, 2-0. Fouled off, back into the seats. For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Red Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will donate $500 to Children's Hospital Boston. CVS Pharmacy is the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox trailing by 2 runs. Deuces are wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. McDonald strikes out, and Wolf gets out of the jam. 4-2 Milwaukee at the end of 3. by Xfinity on Saturday, August the 20th. From on-field promotions to autograph sessions with the stars from both games, fans will be a part of the action all day long. Family-friendly prices start at just $5. Visit redsox.com/futures to get your tickets today. John Lester and the Red Sox trail the Milwaukee Brewers 4-2 as we head to the top half of the fourth inning. It is Josh Wilson, Carlos Gomez, and George Gutaris expected to face John Lester here in the fourth. And it's ball one, missing outside. Wilson struck out looking in the second inning, one of 3 Ks for John Lester. Ball and a strike now to Wilson. Tonight, John Lester trying to get his 10th win of the year, coming in at 9-2. This is outside, 2-1. This time out, the 8-inning, 1-run game against Toronto. Tap foul, 2-2. Swing and a miss. He gets Wilson again. Struck him out looking in the second. Now he gets him swinging. One down in the fourth inning.
That's more of the location that John Lester wants with the cut fastball, keeping it down and out of the strike zone. That's where he gets those swings on top of the baseball.
One down in the fourth inning. Carlos Gomez struck out swinging in the second inning. Tries the bunt bid and punched at it. Couldn't get it. He's down 0-1.
I think Lester threw the timing off on that bunt attempt with a changeup. Again, a lot of bunts are timed off the fastball. This time it was a changeup from Lester, and I think it threw the timing off of Gomez.
Shows bunt does not offer this time, and it's 1-1. Tap foul, not bunting this time. And it's 1-2 to Gomez. George Gutaris waiting on deck. Remember seeing Carlos Gomez as a member of the Minnesota Twins. And Ron Gardner talking about how he is kind of a raw talent at the time the Twins had him. Usually when the Twins would get players at the major league level, they are very sound fundamentally because they've come through the Twins system. And of course he came from the Mets in the Johan Santana deal. And then was in center field for the Twins, has all the tools, and Milwaukee hoping now that he's able to put it all together now that he's in a Brewers uniform. Swing and a miss. Lester with back-to-back Ks in the fourth inning, 5 in all, 2 down.
Second time tonight he has struck out Gomez, and both times it has been on the cut fastball. So he's got Wilson twice to strike out. He's got Gomez twice to strike out.
So 2 down here in the fourth for George Gutaris. And a solo home run in the third inning, one of 3 home runs in the game for Milwaukee. In there for strike one. Curve ball from Lester. Gutaris tried to hold up, but he went around, says Phil Cuzzy. 0-2. to left field. In comes McDonald. He'll make the catch on the sinking liner. It ends the top of the 4th inning. 3.5 done from Fenway. Milwaukee on top 4-2. It's a lot. Boston Sports. All this and much more on NESN Daily tonight following our Red Sox coverage only on NESN. Milwaukee on top of Boston as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Bottom third of the Red Sox order. They did some damage first time up against Randy Wolf, as it'll be Scutaro, Saltalamacchia, and Cameron. Saltalamacchia and Cameron with the Red Sox RBIs. Marco Scutaro struck out in the 2nd inning as he takes strike 1. In there for strike 2. Marco didn't think so. He'll take a little stroll.
Not happy with the strike zone of Phil Cuzzy to this point in the game.
Two and two. Wolf up to 61 pitches. Lined into right field, a base hit. Hart quickly over to play it as Scutaro heads to second base. Hart just knocks it down, and Scutaro will stop at second. That gets by Hart. Scutaro would have a chance to run a lot more, but Hart just kind of threw his big body in the way to knock that ball down.
Yeah, he did the wise thing down in the corner. He just dove and actually kicked that looked like he went leg first into the wall to kick it any way he possibly could to keep it from going by him. Chasing it down, now the slide. And Scutaro ends up at second base with the double. Plus that ball hit the cement pot of the wall underneath the padding.
So Marco at second base to begin things here in the 4th inning. Red Sox trailing by 2 as Jared Saltalamacchia stands in. Pitch down and in. That soft curveball from Wolf. Grounded foul hard by Saltalamacchia out ahead. It's time now for tonight's AT&T trivia question. And the question is, who was the Red Sox first pick in the 2002 MLB draft? Marco Scutaro at second base. Nobody out here in the fourth inning. The 1-1 to Saltalamacchia. Off speed again, and it's fouled off to the right. That's 3 straight soft curveballs from Randy Wolf.
And that one was very hittable. That one stayed up in the zone about let it high. But Saltalamacchia fouls it straight back. Not exactly where Wolf wanted to leave that breaking ball.
Fouled off to the right. Back to the fastball for Wolf, and it's 1-2.
Made it look easy. Had the glove.
Saltalamacchia, it's a fly ball to short right. Corey Hart coming in. He'll make the catch for the first out. No advance for Scutaro. One down here in the fourth inning. And that takes us to Mike Cameron. He singled to drive in a run in the second inning. Red Sox at the time tying the game 2-2. But Milwaukee went back to work in the top half of the third. They got 2 more off Lester, and it's now a 4-2 Brewers lead. In there for strike 1 to Mike Cameron. Prince Fielder off the line again, but not quite as much as last time Cameron was up. Cameron fouls it off to the right, 0-2. Still quite a distance off the first base line, but nowhere near where he was that first time. He was about halfway to second base. Two is high, 1-2. Mike Cameron, of course, a former Milwaukee Brewer. Played 08 and 09 in Milwaukee. On 2 pitches in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Played under Ken Marker, didn't he? Yes, he did. Milwaukee? Yes. And 25 home runs from Milwaukee in 2008, 24 in 2009. We're coming here to Boston last year. Played in 269 games. There are the numbers for Mike Cameron in a Milwaukee uniform. To third base, deep third. McGee's long throw will get there in time to get Cameron. And there's 2 down here in the fourth inning. No advance for Scutaro. It's time now for a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Tomorrow in the final game of the series, Red Sox will face Giovanni Gallardo. Gallardo won a career-high 14 games last season, and after a rough start this year, he has returned to his 2010 form. Over his last 8 starts, he's 6-1 with an ERA under 2. Compared to a 6.10 ERA over his first 7 starts. Over the stretch, his strikeouts are up and hits allowed are down. Tomorrow will be his first ever start against Boston. As his live coverage gets underway at 12:30. The Red Sox first pitch Tim Wakefield, who's 3-2 with a 4.39 ERA, will be getting the start against Milwaukee. In there for strike one to Jacoby Ellsbury.
And don't forget to tune in early tomorrow because we'll have Bruins coverage of the ceremony here at Fenway Park.
Broken bat, soft liner to left, Braun in to make the catch on the run. That ends the fourth inning. We played for Milwaukee on top 4-2. With us, the founder of the Pan Mass Challenge. It is that time again, the 32nd annual Pan Mass Challenge. Great to see you. How you doing?
Thank you, Doug. Good to be back. Fine. Great day in Boston. Happy to be here.
You know, today a lot of the bicyclists were here on the field as well. Tell us a little bit about that. 32 of them to be exact.
Yes. Well, we match the symmetry. Unfortunately, there are tons of cancer survivors and 100,000s more undergoing cancer treatment. But these people are survivors and participants in the Pan Mass Challenge. Is always a very emotional moment. Tends to get a very strong reaction from the crowd. It's very moving and a strong testament of what people are capable of once they overcome this.
Saw Larry Lucchino on the field, of course, President and CEO of the Red Sox, a cancer survivor himself.
And as well, our first pitch was thrown up by young Zach Kraft, who actually was treated for the same thing as Larry. It happens that his father is my kindergarten friend and a 32-year rider. And he delivered a fastball right over the middle of the plate for opening pitch. It was very nice. And he's going to be just fine.
Well, leading it off here for Milwaukee in the fifth is Ricky Weeks. This is to first base, and Gonzalez going to try to win the foot race. He does for the first out in the fifth. We're talking about the ceremony of first pitch, and here it is.
Oh, his parents will be thrilled. Look at that.
Oh, nice pitch.
Zach. Terrific.
For those that might not be familiar with the Pan Mass Challenge, and I can't imagine there are many who are not right now, tell us about the route.
Thank you. The Pan Mass Challenge is the original bike-a-thon in the country, and there are now 11 different routes, Jerry, but the classic goes Sturbridge to Provincetown. That's almost 200 miles. And we've raised $303 million since 1980. This year we have a $34 million goal. And monies raised on this weekend will represent almost 60% of all money raised annually for the Jimmy Fund. So it's a big ticket item, and people really step up in every way. I mean, there are some 5,300 riders, 3,000 volunteers, and this year over 250,000 donors in support of this. So all going to the Jimmy Fund at Dana-Farber and going where you would hope we're going, making a difference in the quality of treatment and research.
Usually you dress.
Shirt.
Well, this is our new shirt, and the PMC has always been about making a commitment. We tend to ask a lot of people, but we believe we give back a lot in return. So, you know, like everything in life, I'm sure you gentlemen have all found yourself, once you go over that line of making a commitment, you will figure it out. So that's the point of it. The PMC has large fundraising minimums for many of its routes, and there's still room for register for the one-day rides. The 2 are sold out.
Lastly, you are the founder. How did this all start for you?
My story, unfortunately, too typical of many. I lost my mother, uncle, and cousin to cancer in the 70s. My mother, melanoma. And it changed my life. And I really did want to do something. It was pretty modest and under the radar for about a good 13, 14 years. But the germination of what was being set there, it really resonated with people, and it's really tremendously grown. The Red Sox have played a fabulous role in its growth over the last 9 years.
Runner takes off. The throw down is going to be in time. Corey Hart is caught stealing. Billy Starr, thanks very much, and thanks for coming by, and we look forward to August 6th and 7th.
Thank you, Don. Pleasure to be here. Thank you, Jerry. Okay. Go Sox. Go Brewers.
Oh, nice throw here from Saltalamacchia. 13th base runner gunned down by Jared Saltalamacchia. So Corey Hart had walked with 1 out. Now it's been erased as Braun hits a 2-hopper to shortstop. Scudero's got it. And that'll end the inning. A close play at first base, but it is outnumbered 3. Halfway through this one, Milwaukee on top 4-2. Sox coming to bat here against Randy Wolf. Works his way into the bottom of the 5th inning. Pedroia, Gonzalez, and Youkilis. Dustin has struck out and grounded out. Takes a look at ball 1 outside. Hearing voices again?
I'm talking to myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a thing I do every once in a while.
I've noticed that with age.
Don't bring up the age again. I'm not that old.
The 1-1 is on the ground to first. Fielder will take it himself. Gets to the bag in time to get Pedroia 1 down.
You're going to get people in Nesson starting to think that, he's way too old to do this job.
No, that's not true. Just because you hear voices, people hear voices all the time.
Yeah, you hear voices once in a while.
Sure.
Don't you? I mean, there's medication for that. I could certainly try to get some, but, once in a while, something talks to you, you want to talk back.
Sure. You said no, so what did they ask you that you didn't want to do?
What did they say?
You said no.
I said no.
Yeah, so
no.
Somebody asked you something, you didn't want to do it, you scream no.
You say yes, I say no. You say why, I say go. I don't know.
Well, if you hear more voices, let us know. Maybe I can help you with them. 1 out here in the 5th. Adrian Gonzalez 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play. Grounded out to third. Pops it up this time, got jammed. Betancourt at shortstop will make the catch for the second out of the 5th inning. Time now for the answer to tonight's AT&T trivia question. Who was the Red Sox first pick in the 2002 MLB draft? The answer is John Lester. Lester was Boston's second-round pick, 57th overall in the 2002 draft. Prince Fielder was the Brewers' first pick, 7th overall in 2002. The 02 draft had a star-studded first round. B.J. Upton was number 2 to Tampa. Current Brewer Zach Greinke was 6th to Kansas City. Nick Swisher was 16th to Oakland. Cole Hamels 17th to Arts Band. Jeremy Guthrie, Joe Blanton, and Matt Cain also went in the first round that year. It was a pretty good year. So 2 down here in the 5th inning, and Kevin Youkilis prepares to get in. He is 2 for 2. Double and a run scored in the second. He singled in the third. This one fouled off to the right. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Eastern Bank. Commitment, compassion, and love of the game is just some of the things Eastern Bank is made of. Find out what we're made of at easternbank.com. Youkilis to center field. Carlos Gomez coming in and making the catch that ends the 5th inning. We played 5, 4-2 Milwaukee. (4-2) Milwaukee on top of Boston. Top half of the 6th inning back at Fenway Park. John Lester back on the mound. 78 pitches deep into his outing. Prince Fielder Casey McGee and Ineski Betancourt featured in the 6th. There's ball 1 to Prince Fielder. Fielder flied out to left in the 1st inning. Walked in the 3rd. Two and 0. Pitching line for John Lester is brought to you by Ace Ticket. 5+5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He's got 80 pitches now, dealing with Prince Fielder, who takes strike 1. By the mound up the middle, then into center field. Prince Fielder's got a base hit to start the 6th inning. His first hit of the night, second time he's been aboard.
Walk back in the 3rd inning. This time gets the cut fastball from John Lester. They wanted to get inside corner, but it got out toward the middle of the plate and back up the middle by Lester for the base hit.
So lead runner on for Casey McGee. Lined into a double play in the first inning, singled in the third, 1 for 2. The single in the third inning picked up an RBI, his 31st of the year. It's in there for strike one. Up and away, Lester looking at the landing spot as he misses, and it's 1-1. Again, this is the first career appearance for Lester against Milwaukee. Surrounds the plate and misses. Lester wanted it. It's 2-1.
Lester tries to pick up that outside corner with the fastball, leaves a cut fastball, leaves it a little bit high.
On the corner that time, and it's 2-2. It's a pitch that Phil Cuzzy's been calling all night. And McGee checking with him again, and back and forth they go.
Certainly has. If you're a right-handed hitter, you've got to expand your strike zone a little bit to that outside part of the plate.
Swing and a miss. Lester picks up his 6th strikeout of the night. Frustrated as McGee's out number 1 of the 6th inning.
Follows the fastball away up with the cut fastball away. And that time the swing by McGee. He had that pitch before, called a strike. He figured he had to swing at that one. No contact.
One down here in the 6th inning. Yuniesky Betancourt coming up. Shortstop for Milwaukee is flied out to center field twice. There is strike one. Betancourt playing the first 5 years of his major league career with Seattle. We're being traded to Kansas City. Then acquired by Milwaukee along with Zach Greinke from Kansas City. There's a pop-up sending Pedroia to the outfield grass, backpedaling. He'll make the catch. 2 down. A little stumble there at the end, but not costly. 2 away. Well, immediately following the game, stay with us for WB Mason Extra Innings Live with TC and Peter. Get a breakdown of John Lester's outing, including his take on tonight's performance. Plus, he'll have the manager's perspective in the From the Press Room segment. It's all coming up right after the game on WB Mason Extra Innings Live. The Prince fielder singled to begin this 6th inning. Since then, McGee has struck out and Betancourt has popped out. 2 down for Josh Wilson, who has struck out twice in the game, once looking and once swinging. Tom Werner and his son Teddy enjoy the ball game today here at Fenway Park.
Son Teddy works for the Milwaukee Brewers. So a little heated rivalry going on down there. You can see the tension, can't you?
This is on the ground. Diving at third is Youkilis. From his knees, he throws to second for the force out that ends the inning. Nice play by Youkilis at third base. 5.5 done, 4-2 Milwaukee. Market. Find Arbor Coat at your local Benjamin Moore retailer. It's on to the last half of the 6th inning back at Fenway Park. Milwaukee on top 4-2 as David Ortiz will be leading it off. Big Papi in the game so far has walked and singled. He's been aboard twice against Randy Wolf. Ortiz fouls it off to left, out of play. It'll be Ortiz, McDonald, and Scutero. This is sent to left down the line, but foul. Back into the seats, and David's down 0-2. Well, is that time again the home run challenge? Michael Milken is with us in the booth.
It's great to be with you again for our 16th season here.
We've been all over this week getting ready for the home run challenge.
We have. We've been in ballparks all over America, but it's hard not to come on this beautiful night to Fenway here, to this fantastic ballpark.
You join us every year, and of course this involves prostate cancer. Major League Baseball has been so involved over the years, and last year a lot of money raised, and hope to do the same this year.
We do, and as you can see from the efforts for bike riding here for Dana-Farber, they're tremendous success. Last year was the best year in the history of cancer research for all forms of cancer, with the tremendous investments that have been made.
You guys have, as this one is chopped right side. Fielder can't get it. And short right, they'll throw to first, and they just get Ortiz. Nice play. Josh Wilson, who is stacked up in that triangle shift on the right side, and even though Fielder can't get it, Wilson does, and they still get Big Papi.
And a nice play by the pitcher, Randy Wolf, to get over and cover first base. Once that ball gets by Fielder, there's nobody there except the pitcher doing his job. So he didn't get lazy, he didn't forget. He got over and covered first base, and they got the out.
So the theme we started 16 years ago was keep that in the game, and people like Dennis Eckersley and others have been great spokespersons here in the Boston area. And this uniform I'm wearing tonight for Dad.
This is to third base. McGee will toss across. There's two down. Of course, you guys do this every week leading up to Father's Day.
Right, and tomorrow all 15 ball games, all 30 teams will be playing. Every home run hit tonight and tomorrow is worth $20,000. For prostate cancer. We've raised about $1.5 million at Red Sox games. But more than that, the awareness of telling men to get checked, early detection, and the death rate from projected levels has fallen by 50% for prostate cancer and many other cancers also. And so this is the #1 awareness program for prostate cancer in America.
We're looking over the numbers. It is staggering how many men have prostate cancer.
Well, 1 in 6, and we've learned so much about nutrition. You can go to pcf.org and learn a great deal about where our research goes on in the world. And one of the things here in the Boston area, not just prostate cancer, but this is a center for cancer research, all forms of medical research, and much of the new developments.
This is to left down the line and will be a foul ball.
Much of the new developments here in cancer research are occurring right here at Mass General, Harvard, Dana-Farber, MIT, the Broad Institute, the new Koch Institute. And we've learned so many things. Next year, my guess is, in large numbers, you'll be able to decode an individual's entire DNA for about $5,000 a person. That's down from over billions of dollars, and we'll be able to, the dawn of personalized medicine is with us. We're just about to see, and when their successes are going to increase dramatically.
Scutero into left field, a base hit with 2 down in the inning. Marco is on for the second time tonight.
And I would say it's pretty hard to find a ball club in any sport, not just baseball, in America that's been more supportive of medical research and other charities than the Boston Red Sox, with your tremendous leadership from Tom Warner and John Henry and Larry Lucchino here. You could see Larry Lucchino early in the game greeting all those cancer survivors that rode in on bikes. You know, just what a great experience. And seeing that American flag out there covering the entire Green Monster, I don't even know how you can get an American flag that big.
Well, we'll be seeing a lot of light blue around the ballpark tomorrow, and hopefully both clubs and all Major League Baseball will hit a lot of home runs.
Well, I think the key is for the two of you to be wearing your blue wristbands tomorrow to remind Dad to get checked.
All right. There you go. Nice. Thank you. I'm on tomorrow. This one is sent fouling again.
Now, every team, as you know, we have a player rep, David Ortiz, Alex Gonzalez, a pretty good pickup for the Red Sox. What do you think?
Not bad.
How do you donate?
You can call in to PCF.org, or you can call 1-800-798-CURE, and you can pledge for home runs that are hit. So if we end up with 80 and you pledge $1, that would be $80.
This is to left and is caught in left field by Ryan Braun. Michael Milken, thanks very much.
Thank you, and have a happy Father's Day. And I just want to, the work you've done has brought a happy Father's Day to millions of men, not just in the United States, but around the world. Thank you very much.
Park 4-2. Milwaukee on top as Carlos Gomez leads it off and takes ball one outside. Well, Jerry, thinking about tomorrow and all the light blue, maybe a chance for me to break out my light blue, powder blue jacket.
Well, it might be a good day for it. You have the blue wristband to go with it. So.
Yes, so we'll have to go with that probably tomorrow, I think. Trying to figure out a way to get it back into the rotation again, and it is powder blue, so it may work. Carlos Gomez has struck out twice against John Lester tonight. To right field, Mike Cameron coming in. And he'll make the catch for the first out of the 7th inning. On this week's all-new Ultimate Red Sox show with Heidi Watney, presented by Arbella Insurance, Peter Gammons talks to Jacoby Ellsbury. David Ortiz has a Father's Day moment. And we look at the 9-game win streak and much more. Catch the Ultimate Red Sox show tomorrow at noon before Sox Brewers coverage. One out in the 7th inning. George Kataris coming up. On the ground to Scudero at shortstop. And there's 2 outs in the 7th inning. It's time for a game break, and Tom Caron, TC. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Here at Fenway Park, Milwaukee on top of Boston 4-2. 2 outs in the 7th inning. And Ricky Weeks is coming up. He homered back in the 1st inning off John Lester. It was a rapid-fire start for Milwaukee against Lester. Weeks, then Hart, each homering in the 1st inning. Now a line drive to right center. Diving as Cameron can't get it. Ellsbury is going to track it down. And heading to second base with a 2-out double is Ricky Weeks. His 2nd hit of the game. It's a double as Cameron goes diving and can't get it. And thankfully, good speed from Ellsbury to get over there in a hurry.
Ricky Weeks again hitting the ball hard. This ball slicing back toward Mike Cameron into the dive, and he can't make it. But backing him up was Jacoby Ellsbury, so at second base in scoring position is Weeks.
So 2 down, Weeks at second base. Milwaukee trying to add on to their 2-run advantage. And Corey Hart standing in. Hart hits a fly ball out to Mike Cameron. Mike will put it away to end the 7th inning. It's 7th inning stretch. Brewers on top 4-2. Let's check in with your Need to Know with Nesson Daily, presented by Sunlight Financial. Here's Randy Scott. Brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, awarded highest customer satisfaction in retail banking in the New England region 2 years in a row by J.D. Power and Associates. Find out more of what we're made of at easternbank.com. Mike Cameron leading it off. Cameron with a single to drive in a run in the 2nd inning. Grounded out to third base in the 4th inning. In the dirt, and it is 2-1. Randy Wolf working into the 7th inning tonight. 96 pitches deep. He's handled Adrian Gonzalez, who was 0 for 3 against him tonight. 2-1 is popped up. Left side of the infield. Casey McGee makes the catch for out number 1 of the 7th inning. Well, tomorrow afternoon, following Red Sox first pitch, join us for Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by Uno's with TC and Peter at 1. Have a preview of tomorrow's series finale with the Brewers. The Bruins bring the Cup to Fenway Park. Plus, the Boston Globe's Michael Vega will have the latest news and notes from the Red Sox clubhouse. The live coverage begins at 12:30, and it's only on Nesson. LaTroy Hawkins starting to warm up in the Milwaukee pen. A veteran right-hander. Ellsbury batting for the 4th time tonight, 1 for 3. They single back in the first inning. Did he go? No. It's Tom Hallion. And it's 2-0. Randy Wolf reaching his average. Lots of room before he reaches his high. There's strike 1 to Ellsbury. It's jammed and hits a one-hopper to Wilson, who throws out Ellsbury. And there's 2 down in the 7th inning. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 13th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout, a special seating section at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Boston Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts.
And thanks again for the coffee and donuts tonight here in the booth.
Two down in the 7th inning. Dustin Pedroia takes strike 1.
And whoever's listening tomorrow, they'll bring some breakfast sandwiches. That would be awfully nice to go along with the coffee.
Not to be particular, but sausage, egg, and cheese would be fabulous. The 0-1 is outside. Pedroia 0 for 3. He is struck out and grounded out twice. In the dirt, and it's 2-1.
I bet Benny's already got the order.
I bet he does.
Yeah, he's already got the. You'll see more sandwiches here tomorrow than you've ever seen in your life.
Pedroia takes the strike, and it's 2-2. Tried to hold up, but it's a called strike by Phil Cuzzy. Red Sox have not scored since the 2nd inning, and they're batting here in inning number 7 with 2 down. Wolf has done a pretty good job of keeping the Red Sox off balance all night. This is softly lined into left field, a base hit. A 2-out single for Dustin Pedroia. His first hit of the night.
Now you're right about Wolf as you look at the base hit by Pedroia. I mean, gave up the 2 runs back in the 2nd inning, has scattered a few hits since then. Guy that's been involved in 4 straight no decisions has the lead right now.
Well, he's handled Adrian Gonzalez, who is due. Gonzalez grounding into a 6-4-3 double play in the 1st inning, grounded out in the 3rd. Popped out in the 5th. And he takes ball 1. Red Sox against left-handed starters this year started the year 4-7, and they've won their last 11 games against lefties and trying to come from behind tonight as Gonzalez takes ball 2. Red Sox beat some good ones. David Price, CC Sabathia twice, part of this 11-game streak in which they have beaten left-handed starters. And tonight, Randy Wolf works into the 7th. Gonzalez fouls it off, 2-1. And a look at what the Red Sox have done in the last 11 games against left-handed starters. In those 11 games, they're averaged nearly 50 points better. They have scored 14 more runs. Started the year 4-7 against lefties. really since the start of May. This is where the 11-0 record started. Two one. It is outside, 3-1. Nicholas on deck with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Again, remember, no Papelbon at the end should the Red Sox need him, serving the 2nd game of his reduced suspension tonight. Gonzalez chops right side. Wilson from the outfield. His throw is good, and the inning is over. We have played 7 from Fenway. Milwaukee on top 4-2. Milwaukee on top of Boston. John Lester is up to 97 pitches and ready to work here in inning number 8, and to work the hardest in the 3rd inning. In that inning, the Brewers added 2 runs, and he faced 7 batters. Gave up a home run to George Kataris to get that inning started. Ryan Braun leading it off and taking strike 1. Braun with a double back in the 1st inning. A walk and a run scored in the 3rd, and then he grounded out his shortstop in the 5th. It's 0-2. Cameron Lowe is warming in the pen now for Milwaukee, a former Texas Ranger. Andy Wolf has gone 7 innings and thrown 111 pitches as he vies for his 5th win of the year. Holding the Red Sox to only 2 runs. They get that back in the 2nd inning. That shuts them down over the next 5. Looks like he'll be handing it off to the bullpen. Braun fouls it off to the right. One of the great ambassadors of the game, Ryan Braun, who plays in Milwaukee and coming here to Fenway Park and making friends here too.
That should be a Red Sox fan and a Brewer fan as she grows up.
This is on the ground foul by the Brewers dugout, and it hangs at 1-2. Braun will send it down the right field line, and it will be foul. And it hangs at 1-2. Jerry, you got a lot of stuff going on. You got restaurants, you got a website, you got a lot of things going on. But Ryan Braun's got a lot of stuff going on. He's got his own line of bats. He has a clothing line. He has a drink. And like you, he has restaurants. He's got a waterfront restaurant in Milwaukee. And he's got Ryan Braun's Tavern and Grill in Lake Geneva, which opened in 2010. He's got a lot of stuff.
Got a lot of stuff going. I have a drink too.
You do? I didn't know that.
Once in a while.
Oh, but I see. I got you. A little taste. 1-2 is low, and it's 2-2.
Hey, you always got to plan for the future. You know what I mean?
I mean, he's ready. This is tap foul. His clothing line is Remedy.
This is what?
It's called Remedy.
Remedy?
Yes, it's kind of a takeoff on Remy.
Oh.
Remedy.
Some fireworks in the background here. It's not the 4th of July, is it, Don?
Not yet. 2-2 drops in there for strike 3. Lester drops the curveball on him. And Braun is out number 1 of the 8th.
He didn't like that. He thought that curveball was too high to be called a strike. We'll see on the Amica pitch zone. Right at the top of the strike zone.
9-pitch at bat. And Braun didn't like the way it ended. So 1 out in the 8th, and Prince Fielder the batter. Lays off strike 1. Fielder flied out in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, singled in the 6th inning. Strike 2, 0-2. Just up over the average tonight. Just outside, 1-2. Action for the Red Sox, Dan Wheeler. Right-hander warming in the pen. First action we've seen in the Boston pen. Lester working with 1 out in the 8th. On the outside corner for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lester, and impressive ones at that. He gets Braun and now Fielder 2 down.
Now, one of the problems John had early in the game is a lot of the pitches stayed up in the zone. Now they're down in the zone. You can see the fastball down about knee high, right on the outside part of the plate.
So 2 down in the 8th for Casey McGee. Grounds it foul for strike 1. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Two down in the 8th, and Casey McGee with a count of 1-1. Brewers third baseman singled in the 3rd inning to knock in a run. His 31st RBI of the year. Thought about it, but takes ball 2. Did he go? No, says Bill Miller, first base umpire.
Good call by Bill Miller down at first base. Not even close.
McGee with a swing and a miss. 2-2.
A change up that time from Lester had McGee off balance.
Next pitch should be the 115th of the night, second highest pitch total in the game for Lester on the year. And it's a ground ball to Scudero. It's short, gobbles it up on the backhand and ends the inning. Red Sox are trying to get something done in the bottom of the 8th. It's 4-2 Milwaukee. His second of the year to put Milwaukee on top. They would add another and lead 4-2 as we head into the bottom of the 8th inning at Fenway Park. Last night, when the Red Sox were able to get into that Brewers bullpen, they scored 8 runs in 7 innings to get to the pen, and they hope to do the same again tonight. Into the game from the pen is Cameron Lowe. His 38th appearance of the year. He is 2-6 with a 5.35 earned run average. 27 strikeouts in 33 2/3, and opponents hitting at .250 against him. Youkilis leads it off and takes strike 1. Youkilis doubling in the 2nd, singled in the 3rd, lined out in the 5th. Down the right field line, foul. This one skips in, and it's 1-2. Kranitz, the pitching coach, looking on from the Brewers dugout, hoping the bullpen will be better tonight. Different sequence of pitchers with the Brewers having the lead late in the game. Youkilis takes ball 2. Lowe last pitched on Wednesday night at Chicago against the Cubs. 1 inning, giving up 1 run. Youkilis down the right field line. Foul ground. Fielder and Hart, but it'll go back into the seats. Prince Fielder going as far as he could all the way down to Canvas Alley.
A good hustle there by Prince Fielder trying to track that foul ball down, but obviously going out of play. Prince going as hard as he can with his back to home plate.
Action for Milwaukee. John Axford is up. Here comes a 2-2 to Kevin Youkilis. Chop left side. The shift is on. It's Betancourt from short. And the ball dropped by fielder at first. Euclid will be safe. He just boxed it.
Yep, just dropped it. Accurate throw by Yuniesky Betancourt right into the glove of Prince Fielder, and he just dropped it. Hit him right in the heel of the glove. So the Red Sox looking for a break. They got one. For Fielder, that's his third error of the season.
David Ortiz stands in. Fenway Park is alive. Shift on the right side for the Brewers. David takes ball one. They shift to the left side for Euclid. They shift to the right side for Ortiz. Bard getting ready in the pen. Down and in, and dancing out of the way is Big Papi, 2-0. One for 8 in his career against Cameron Lowe. Hess and Hess Express are proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson. During the 2011 Red Sox season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Pediatric Trauma Program at Children's Hospital Boston. For every Red Sox home run, Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Ortiz looks at strike one, and it's 2-1. Red Sox have seen Cameron Lowe in the past as a member of the Texas Rangers. Been in the big league since 2004, his second season now with Milwaukee. Ball three. Trying to work around the error at first base by Prince Fielder. J.D. Drew has come out on deck. He would pinch hit for Darnell McDonald. Ortiz fouls it off. Remember, Cameron Lowe throwing a lot harder than he currently does.
Yeah, the fastball right now has been 89 to 90. Saw Cameron Lowe both in the starting role and relief role in Texas.
Ortiz chops it to first. Fielder will try to make up for his error. There's one there, and there's two as he keeps the foot on the bag, and they double up the Sox, 2 down.
Well, that's going to make Fielder feel a lot better. He gets the 3-6-3 double play. Ground ball right at him, spins around, and back to first base to take the throw with a little bit of a stretch to get David Ortiz.
So 2 outs, base is empty, and it is Drew now to bat. Darnell McDonald had been 0 for 3 in the ballgame tonight. There's ball one in the dirt. Darnell McDonald had lined out, struck out, and grounded out. And now the right-hander low in the game. It's Drew who pinch hits. And takes strike one, 1-1. JD is 0 for 7 this year as a pinch hitter. And 1 for 5 against Cameron Lowe. Back to Lowe. Fields and will toss underhanded to end the inning. We head to the ninth, 4-2 Milwaukee.
strikeout. And then a fastball away to McGee. 3 of the strikeouts for John Lester in this game. J.D. Drew takes over in right field for the Red Sox. And Mike Cameron moves over to left field.
Your pitcher, as this call to the bullpen, is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. Dan Wheeler into the game after 8 innings from John Lester. Wheeler's 19th appearance. Clemens hitting at .307 against Wheeler, who has been very good since coming off the DL. Pitched a scoreless inning in his last outing at Toronto. It's now been 7 days since we last saw Dan Wheeler. He's allowed just 1 run in 7 outings since coming off the DL. In 7 2/3 innings as Tommy Hotovy warms in the pen. Unieski Betancourt leading it off here in the 9th. And takes strike 1. Line on Lester tonight, 8 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. He walked 3 and struck out 8. Can't win it. Came in looking for his 10th win of the year. This is 9-2. This is popped up. Foul ground. Saltalamacchia back, but no play. Betancourt has put the ball in the air 3 times tonight, flying out to center twice and once to second base. Popped up, short right field. Pedroia going hard, Drew coming in, and J.D. makes the catch. Your radio home for the Boston Red Sox is also the home for Boston's #1 morning show, Dennis and Callahan. Tune in Monday morning at 6 to hear the best sports talk in America with John Dennis and Jerry Callahan. That's weekday mornings at 6 on the WEEI Sports Radio Network, and of course right here on NESN. 1 out in the 9th inning for Josh Wilson, who was 0 for 3 in the game. He has struck out twice and reached on a fielder's choice. Don't forget, coming up immediately after the game, stay with us for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. It's all the post-game coverage you'll need right here on NESN. And there for strike 2. John Lester tonight giving up 3 home runs. 2 came in the first. The first 2 batters he faced, Ricky Weeks and Corey Hart. George Kataris would homer off him in the 3rd inning. That is the difference in the game right now. The 0-2 is low and away, 1-2. Milwaukee getting 2 in the first, 2 in the 3rd inning. Red Sox have not scored since the 2nd. RBI singles for Jared Saltalamacchia and Mike Cameron. Wilson hits one well to left. This is up on the wall. Mike Cameron will play the Cameron as Wilson heads to second base, standing with a double.
Well, Josh Wilson happy to see Lester out of the game. He had struck out twice against Lester, plus a ground ball out. Now he gets a double off the wall against Dan Wheeler. Mike Cameron grabbing that ball with the glove. No throw into second base. Did not have a chance to get Josh Wilson.
It looks like Niger Morgan will pinch hit for Carlos Gomez. Morgan had the start in last night's game. And as Morgan is introduced, Terry Francona will make his way to the mound. Is Tommy Hotovy warming in the pen. Pitching change from Fenway. Brewers on top 4-2. Dan Wheeler faces two batters, gets Bentoncourt out, but then gives up a wall ball double to Josh Wilson and now leaves the game. Tommy Hotovy comes in, 6th overall appearance in the majors. The record. He's gone 2 1/3, giving up 3 walks, 1 strikeout. And Hotovy allowed his first major league runs Tuesday at Tampa Bay, gave up 2 runs without recording an out. There's action behind him in the Sox pen. Michael Bowden is warming. One out. Josh Wilson at second base as Milwaukee tries to add to this 2-run advantage in the top half of the 9th inning. Nyjer Morgan is pinch hitting for Carlos Gomez. In there for strike 1. Well, a 100-point difference for Morgan, dealing with a left-hander rather than a right-hander. So the obvious decision here for Terry Francona to go with Hotovy. On the ground at first base, Gonzalez has got it himself. He'll tag the bag. As taking third is Wilson, 2 down. And getting called back is Kataris. Looks like we're going to have another pinch hitter coming up. There's Lucroy, who caught last night and started, will likely be back in there tomorrow, the day game after the night game. And Terry Francona's back out of the dugout again. So Bowden will come in to face Lucroy. It's 4-2 Milwaukee. health needs in our communities. 4-2, Milwaukee on top of Boston. 2 outs in the top half of the 9th inning. Brewers are threatening for another run with Wilson at third base. And Michael Bowden into his 4th game of the year for the Red Sox, not giving up a run in 4 innings. And opponent's hitting at 200 against him. He comes in to face Lucroy, the pinch hitter, after George Kataris had been 1 for 3 in the game of the home run. Jonathan Lucroy played in the game last night against the Red Sox, was 0 for 3. A home run for Kataris back in the 3rd, his 2nd of the year. In there for strike 1. The runner at third base in Josh Wilson is the responsibility of Dan Wheeler, who started this top half of the 9th inning. Red Sox are on their 3rd pitcher of the inning. Down and in, 1-1. Bowden recalled from the Paw Sox on June 10th, in the midst of his 3rd stint with the Red Sox this season. Down low, 2-1. Fouled off to the right, back and out of play up into the grandstand area. And it's 2-2. Lucroy asking if that was a strike. Red Sox in the bottom of the 9th. Scutaro, Saltalamacchian, Mike Cameron are scheduled. They're trying to keep this a 2-run deficit. With Wilson at third base, 2 down, and a 2-2 from Bowden. Said foul again.
First straight fastball that Bowden has thrown. A couple of cutters, a couple of sliders. Throws the fastball, fouled off by Lucroy.
Ball 3, full count. On deck, Ricky Weeks. With 2 outs here in the 9th, and Wilson 90 feet away. Swinging a foul again. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Jonathan Lucroy, who's batting here with 2 down, a runner at third base. Lucroy pinch hitting for George Kataris. There is Josh Wilson. Popped up. Playable for Adrian Gonzalez. Puts it away. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Red Sox need 2 to tie. 4-2 Milwaukee. on top 4-2. And the closer of the game now for Milwaukee. But first, we take a look at the defensive alignment now for Milwaukee. Niger Morgan's in the game in center field after he pinch hit, as is Jonathan Lucroy, the pinch hit for George Gutaris, and popped out to end last inning. The new pitcher is the closer, John Axford. 33rd appearance, 2-1 with a 2.87 earned run average. He is 18 out of 20 in save opportunities. He's converted his last 15 save opportunities. He has 2 blown saves coming at Cincinnati and at Philadelphia. He has not given up a run in his last 11 appearances. And he's ready to work here in Boston in the bottom of the 9th. Marco Scudero's had a 2-hit night. Leads it off for the Red Sox here in the 9th. Ball, no, strike one. Late call from Phil Cuzzy. Jared Saltalamacchia, then Mike Cameron, the anticipated trio here in the 9th. That's a ball, 1-1. Drew Sutton has got a bat in hand. So maybe Sutton for Cameron. Up and in, 2-1, and 97.
That'll certainly get your attention. 97 up and in against Marco Scudero. It's like a Daniel Bard fastball right there.
Scudero fouls it off to the right, 97 again, and it evens up now at 2-2. .24 saves last year for Axford in his rookie season with Milwaukee. Most ever by a Brewers rookie. Last year he was 24 out of 27. Scudero chops it off the plate towards McGee at third. The throw is in time, and there's one out in the 9th. One out for Jared Saltalamacchia. Jared with an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. It's the last time the Red Sox were able to score in this game. His single to center field plated David Ortiz, and at the time tied the game 2-2. And Milwaukee got a home run from Kataris and an RBI single from Casey McGee as part of the 3rd inning. There comes Drew Sutton. He will pinch hit for Mike Cameron. There's strike one at 98. A reminder to stay with us for Granite City Electric Red Sox final. Complete post-game coverage coming up after the game from our Nesson studios. Mike Cameron 1 for 3 in the game tonight. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. A breaking ball.
Yeah, we've seen a fastball, we've seen a slider, and now a curveball. Over the top breaking ball right there from Axford.
12-6. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That one's by him at 98. He's impressive. 2 down.
.98-mile-an-hour fastball up above the belt to Saltalamacchia. And a couple of quick outs here in the bottom of the 9th.
Drew Sutton pinch hitting for Mike Cameron. With 2 outs in the 9th inning. It's fouled off. Milwaukee is vying for their first win here at Fenway Park since 1997. Their last year in the American League. Granted, this is only the 2nd time they've been here since. They were swept here in 2008. Dropped the first game of this series in 2011. It's a ball and a strike to Drew Sutton. Michael Bowden finishing up the top half of the inning and leaving Josh Wilson at third base to keep this a 2-run game. Sutton grounds it to short. Bencourt up the middle's got it. Game over. Brewers take game 2 of the series. Axford has a 1-2-3 ninth inning. And Milwaukee wins for the first time here at Fenway since 1997. Jerry, a tough start tonight for John Lester out of the gate. With the back-to-back home runs settled down, but the Red Sox offense couldn't do anything tonight with Randy Wolf.
No, they couldn't, Don. And you're right about Lester. He had a little problem up in the zone early in the ball game, but then made the adjustment, got the ball back down, pitched well after that. But you're right, the Red Sox, out-hit the Brewers tonight, but they just couldn't get enough runs on the board off Randy Wolf.
So Wolf is now 5-4 with the victory here tonight. Red Sox dropped this one 4-2. For Jerry Remy, I'm Don Orsillo saying goodnight from Fenway Park. Join us again tomorrow for the series finale with Milwaukee. Our live coverage begins at 12:30. It'll include a special ceremony for the Stanley Cup champion Boston Bruins. This has been a presentation of Ness and New England's most watched sports network. Time now for WB Mason's Extra Innings Live. Here's Tom Caron.